another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the South Florida Bulls. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Bulls will kick it away to start us off. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Tigers offense will get the first crack at it here. And here he comes, hardened and battle-scarred and ready to get a new season started.
This guy's had a lot of ups and downs. He's fought through injuries throughout his career. And how good does it feel as a senior now, being a leader on this team, taking the field for one more run this year?
Oh, and it's so nice to have a guy like this you know you can trust. You know exactly what you're getting. He knows the playbook, knows the program, a guy you can believe in.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is ready to move those sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time? SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, Dave. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth-quarter game.
Tosses it incomplete. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Well, you can see why this team thinks this kid has a real bright future. It's amazing. He's only a true freshman. He's not built like one, though. And you saw it on that last play. Trust me, that is the first of many sacks in this kid's collegiate career.
On the move, it's Ortega. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. So USF's offense will go to work for the first time. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for space. It's Ortega. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a while.
And he breaks into the open. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. There was a time when if you had a guy who runs like he does, that you move him to a different position. Not anymore, man. These quarterbacks can run and throw.
Yeah, back in my time, I was throwing to guys like that. I certainly wasn't moving like it, but boy, oh boy, you hold your breath every time he takes off because that guy might be the fastest player on the field.
The Bulls have this offense rolling. Leaves it with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Pulled down after a pickup of 3, balls at the 13. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Johnson looking to throw. Oh, picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
They're bringing... He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And they get him down. And the Bulls in the hurry up. Johnson wants to throw it. Trying to get behind the defense. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. He's got his man, makes the grab. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere. Just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do. But maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And he's lucky to get that one back. This junior quarterback knows better than to try that too often. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Unleashes one deep. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And that's a great job by the defense not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the play.
And the returner will be brought down. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
That one came in hot, and it's incomplete.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And they got him for the sack.
That's why, as a defense, it's so important to win early downs. You win 1st and 2nd down, you set up 3rd and long. Now you can pin your ears back and get after the QB.
He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They've hit a bit of a lull here, and they need to get things cranked up with this possession, Jesse.
Just haven't had a rhythm these last couple of possessions, but I'll tell you, the best way to get back into one is to run the football. Establish yourselves up front at the line of scrimmage and help keep these 3rd downs manageable.
Yeah, and the best news is your defense at least forced a punt of their own. So now you can go answer with that good stop while this game is still close. Let's just go keep putting more points in them.
Makes the grab down the left side. Nothing but green ahead. Touchdown LSU! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I tell you what, you keep that passing game up, you can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Johnson looking to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
He's just Johnny on the spot. Now his 2nd interception of the game, doing a great job reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's just been in the right place at the right time making plays.
Got it in the middle. It's Wynn. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
You've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advancing.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, that was a good play on the ball, getting his hand up and getting the tip, getting the deflection. Ball bounces up in the air, falls to the ground, incomplete pass.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
A big part about playing the quarterback position is turning the page, playing the next play, not letting bad plays beat you. That's his first career interception in college football, so that's going to sting. But now you've got to get back out there and lead your team.
He rifles one deep down the middle. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Based on this field position, Jesse, they need to get something on the board before the half.
And they got to be aggressive too, Reese. They've got the weapons to attack and try to steal a field goal.
You practice these situations all during the week. You know you got to be fast, take advantage of the clock, get stopping, making sure you're throwing the football down the field to try to get some points.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Going up top on 1st down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Final seconds of the 1st half, and they'll try to put up 3 from the right hash. And this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. LSU will put foot to leather to start the 2nd half. He'll bring it back looking for help. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the 2nd half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little 2nd half running the football ball right of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tough.
Oh, look out. There he goes. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
How about the left side of the line, getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make a big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up. Get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
On the move is the 30. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. And just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
On the ground, it's Ortega. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. The Bulls have moved it inside the 20. Quarterback will audible. They'll try to get it through the air. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
QB's got to be able to play on so many different levels. They got to read coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of downs, a new set of problems for this defense.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Here's the handoff. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
This is one of the best run defenses in the entire country. They pride themselves on being the most physical unit, and you are seeing that in this game, shutting down this running back.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And when your defense is performing like this, pitching a shutout, you want to find a way to reward them and help them out a little bit, David.
And I guess that's the upside for this offense. Their defense has been so good, but man, oh man, they've got to find something, Jesse, that they can hang their hat on, something they can do to move the football.
It just feels like at this point, they kick one more field goal and miss this ball game because of how well their defense is playing. So I think offensively, just don't do anything stupid and give the game away.
And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. On the return, it's Ortega. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, it just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing, get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, and something can start to build.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
And they'll move the chains with the first down. That might be it for the 3rd quarter. New set of downs after that completion. Guys, LSU has the lead here. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. First down to start the drive after the break. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. He finds his man. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop of this running game, moves the chains as they get the first down.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Movement here from the tight end. Leaves it with the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Third and goal from way back there. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away to buy time. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger! Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Grab near the sticks. It's Ortega. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon. You got to find him in the passing game.
He wants to throw it again. This time it's complete. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
It's hard to imagine that that's his first catch of this game so far. He's one of the best tight ends in the country.
Oh, he wants it all. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, South Florida. Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Oregon is just getting tuned up today. This is like watching an MMA fight where you start to question your own morals. Who sanctioned this bout? They're trailing by 32 to Texas. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field, looking for a productive play on first down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll keep it on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. From From the gun, wants to pass. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He only needs a sliver of daylight. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls' offense will return to the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
You just need to have more efficiency in the passing game. This guy completed exactly 50% of his throws the last game out. Not good enough. And he's below that number in this game. Still not good enough.
He can't make the catch, and over the middle of the field, sometimes you hear those footsteps. It's 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Johnson wants to throw it. He wants a big play here late. It's complete. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. And the Bulls trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Barrels ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, USF. Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They got the touchdown they needed. Now trailing by a field goal, they'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting 1st down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage. You're probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. As disappointing as this is, everything's still in front of this team. I mean, think back to 1983 Miami. Got blown out in the opener but won the national championship.
You're absolutely right, Reese. Lots to play for here. And there's no doubt when you watch this team, they've got the talent to get it done. They got to execute better. They got to iron out some of these mistakes we saw here on the field today. But I think if this is a team, if they stay healthy throughout the course of the year, David, they've got a lot to play for this season.
Goodness gracious, I guess I'm the only one that caught the 1983 reference. I know you two guys were alive. I wasn't even alive yet. Good Lord, you guys...